just quickly, dealing with a dingbat. This is not an episode part of it, but this is how you know that you're dealing with a dingbat. This comment right here. He told Mom it would be hard for him to work in the area if he was not careful with his testimony. She's talking about Dr. Dillon. Now, he told Mom it would be hard for him to work in the area if he was not careful with his testimony. So, since she is literally telling a group of people what she heard from her mom that was allegedly told to her by someone else, this is the definition of hearsay. Okay. Yeah, in her case, she doesn't know what the word hearsay means, right? She put out this video. I don't know why hearsay was allowed so much in Darlie's case, and it wasn't allowed at all. As a matter of fact, there was one instance where Helena testified about Drake with the, where she was allegedly, that Darlie had Drake so tight that his lips were blue in his blanket. That is borderline hearsay. But the judge didn't allow that testimony in front of the jury. She was allowed to say it, but not in front of the jury.
Hearsay into a court of law. Why is that something that they object to? Why is it not allowed in testimony? I need to know the real answer to that, because there's a lot of hearsay in Darlie Routier's case in regards to her statements being...
Now, you admit that you need to know the answer to that because you need to know the answer of what hearsay is, because they use hearsay in Darlie's case. You don't know what it is, and you're asking for a definition of what it is, but then you're saying that they use a lot of that in Darlie's case. Do you see your thinking? And you want to call everybody else mentally ill and uneducated.
Inconsistent. Every single statement that is inconsistent is basically hearsay.
No, inconsistent statements are not hearsay. It's not even in the realm of definition of hearsay.
Somebody is retelling what she said.
Yeah, you're getting there. You're getting there.
The only time her statement is changing at all is when somebody else is repeating what she...
No. Her statement doesn't change due to people repeating. If you go back, she changed her story about 16 times. She really changed her story big time when she came back and saw that the RPD had taken that sink out of there. Yeah, then all of a sudden she was wetting towels. You notice those weren't in the first statements, right? About her wetting towels, the first written statement. That wasn't in there. But by God, when she saw that they took that sink, it changed then. You're talking about inconsistency.
She said. So, somebody tell me, why is hearsay not allowed in a court of law for testimony, yet they allowed it for a prosecution of Darlie Routier?
What you need to do, Danelle, is go through the transcripts and point out where you feel like hearsay was told. That's what you need to do. Instead of just coming on here and saying, hey, what is hearsay, and why did they use it so much in Darlie's case? First of all, you admit you don't know what it is. And then you say they used it in Darlie's case. So if you don't know what it is, how can you determine what it was used, when it was used? You don't know what it is. You tell on yourself every time you speak.
Someone help me understand that. Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
Oh, you definitely are misunderstanding because you do not know what the word hearsay means. But I can give you a perfect definition of it here shortly.
Okay, real question, guys. Why do they not allow hearsay into a court of law?
All right. He told Mom. Then Mom told me. Now I'm telling all of you. That's hearsay. But you're using it to defend Darlie. He told Mom. She told me. And I'm telling you. When the honest to God truth is, none of us saw the conversation between Mom and Dilwan, except for Mom and Dilwan. In order for this to not be hearsay, Mom would have to be going, he spoke to me and said this. That then would not be hearsay. And you have been educated by a dumbass with a drug problem and beats on their kids and abuses his wife and everything else. You just got schooled. Never judge a book by its cover. And you, look, I'll tell you something that isn't hearsay. I'm telling you that you are a dumbass. Since it came directly from me to you, that's not hearsay. It's an opinion that you're a dumbass. It's likely a very good opinion because I continuously prove it on a regular basis every day. That's not hearsay. There you go. Next time I'll draw a fucking picture for you. You know, and this is what she's telling her people, right? She wants her people to believe that this surgeon, this professional man, is probably making $250,000 a year, told someone's mother that they testified against. He told Mom it would be hard for him to work in the area if he was not careful with his testimony. Does anybody believe the doctor said that to her? The doctor would likely tell her, well, first of all, why is she going to talk to the doctor? Right? If she's going to talk to the doctor, first of all, he can't tell her anything because of HIPAA laws. He can't tell her anything medically that took place with Darlie at all because of HIPAA laws. It doesn't matter if she's her mother or not. He can't tell her anything because of the HIPAA laws. If he told her anything, he violated HIPAA laws. And then Darlie Key, you know, if he would have said something like that to her, you know damn well she would have a fucking recorder. If she's going to talk to him, she would have a recorder. You know, she wants us all to believe that he said, oh, I had to be careful. You know, I want to work in this town. That's slander. On top of hearsay. Do you believe that a doctor would tell her mother that testified against her? That's pretty stupid. Why would she go even see the doctor to talk about the case? If she went to see the doctor, he likely told her he didn't have time to talk about, he wasn't talking about Darlie's medical, and he wasn't talking about the case. This is a professional man, not a fucking idiot that knows the size of a cigarette paper and doesn't think that a knife with a rounded tip can cut a fucking screen. Owned. Oh, God, it's too easy. You're too easy, Danelle. Too easy.
Object to. Why is it not allowed in testimony? I need to know the real answer to that because...
Now, you need to know the real answer to what hearsay is.
Because there's a lot of hearsay.
Now, wait a minute. You don't know what hearsay is, but there's a lot of it in Darlie's case. You are too easy to evaluate. You should have never messed with my persona. You should have never judged this book by its cover. Because you, my friend, are an idiot. And that's not hearsay. Because everybody can see it. Duh as fuck.